If you're struggling to get your first Airbnb because you don't know the location, the city, you don't know what the surroundings should be, you don't know what the amenities should look like, then pay attention because this video is going to be for you. Maybe you're working a 9 to 5, you don't like what you do, you're unengaged at work, and you're like, I would love an additional stream of actually something where I'm my own boss and love what I do each and every day. Or maybe you're already a CEO or you're an entrepreneur and you're like, I would love an additional stream. Guys, I'm going to tell you in this video what I would do if I was starting all over again and I knew what I knew today so I can help you get there much faster. I'm going to give you actionable steps, 4 times 3. I'm going to tell you 4 cities. I'm going to share with you 4 areas to go into, and I'm going to share with you 4 things that should be in the property to be very attractive to guests. Because the name of the game in Airbnb is more heads in beds. What that essentially means is this is a hospitality business. And so if we can get the occupancy up, which means fill it up 30 days, this is where we are profitable. And so what I'm going to share with you are some great cities to get into, checked on occupancy and seasonality and investability and all these different factors of where people are traveling to so you can be in heavily populated areas. Now, let me share something with you because I think a lot of people, when we talk about arbitrage, are not fully aware of what that means. Airbnb arbitrage is just a fancy way of saying, guys, we're not going to buy the property. We're just going to rent the property from a landlord, get their permission with a signed document, and then take that property and put it on Airbnb and other short-term rental platforms. I want you to think about this for a minute. We don't have to own the property. We can literally just rent the property and our credit score plays no part. If you have little time, no credit, no business, no references, no background, and no experience as a entrepreneur, then watch this video. If you have all these, great, it's just a plus for you. In Airbnb arbitrage, if we're going to run a property, I want you to think about what areas you would go into. First and foremost, I would get into warmer climates. Where do people want to travel? Usually they go south into warmer areas, unless you're going to get a rental property in a ski resort, right? Think Poconos, think Gatlinburg, think Pigeon Forge. These are places where people could have cabins and people could go skiing, hiking, and mountaining. And those then generally do well. I'm going to give you 4 states right now that you can look for on Zillow, actionable steps you can take. Go to Zillow.com and type in Nashville, Tennessee. Type in St. Augustine, Florida. Type in Jacksonville, Florida. Type in Waco, Texas. Type in Santa Clarita, California. Type in Sedona, Arizona. Type in Scottsdale, Arizona. These are some areas. Henderson, right? These are some areas that will do very well on Airbnb. People are coming south. People want to come to travel down here, and you will do well if you follow what I'm sharing with you, okay? Now that we have an idea of what place to go, you're going to go to Zillow first. That's where you're going to find your property. I didn't say drive around, look for signs. I said go to Zillow.com, type in one of those cities. On the right-hand side, you're going to see all of the rentals, okay? Now we know what we're doing. Next step, what are some things that we would like to find these rentals around? This is very important, okay? This is the name of the game of Airbnb. If we can be around one of these 4, we will generally do well, okay? Remember, this is a hospitality business. This is not real estate. We have to learn to be hospitable, which means we need to learn how to be with people coming in and out. It's not like taking a tenant and throwing them there for a year and never seeing the person. You're gonna have people in and out every couple days. So we have to be hospitable. So what do? Look at the 4 H's real quick. Hills, hospitals, hotels, H2O. Let's start with hills. We just talked about that. Ski resorts, mountains, hiking. Hotels. Think of not the Days Inn, not the La Quintas, not the $100 less deals. You want Hyatts, Marriotts. If you can get a rental property around the major, good, higher caliber hotels, you will generally do well. If you pick the properties that are around the baby little bullshit hotels, you're going to get eaten up by them, okay? Because their expenses are less and they can do it at much bigger scale. It's the same business that we're in Airbnb arbitrage as a hotel. So be around the nicer hotels. 3, and this is the lane I play in. This is called the hospitals. That's the 3rd H. Be around massive, major hospitals because this will help attract travel nurses, doctors, chiropractors, business professionals, and people going through surgery. Think about that. These are professionals, and if people are going through surgery, instead of putting them up, a husband has to go through surgery for 3 weeks. Instead of putting a wife up into a rinky-dink 300 square foot La Quinta hotel for 3 weeks, she can be in a nice place, pay the same amount generally, and have a full kitchen and really feel at home and safe next to her husband in surgery. And lastly, and this is the big player, this H right here is what really separates this business from anything else. And that is pools and hot tubs. I call that the H2O. Any property that has a pool at it or a hot tub, and I've got a trick for the hot tub, don't worry, we're getting there, you will do better than any other property that doesn't have those amenities already. The name of the game in 2024 in rental arbitrage is amenities. Okay, I'm going to name off some of those amenities now, but let me say something. Back in 2016, you can put up a basic apartment, have grandma's picture when you come in the door, old beat up couches, right? Put it up there and you could do well. You can't do that in 2024. You actually have to have, the name of the game is to be in the top 10%, is to really know the amenities that should be in the property. And if you're really stocking it with what people are looking for in that city, you're going to stand out from everybody else. Because they still have that mindset. People still have that mindset. And that's why the Airbnb bust happened, where people are like getting crushed right now because they're like, I'm not making any money. No, it's not. It's because you never took the chance and the opportunity to go in and make your place better. So you just decided, I'm just going to keep my property up because if it's not broken, I'm not going to fix it. Instead of adding amenities and crushing it, you kept everything the same. And also, you're paying your cleaners massive fee. What we do is we hired in-house. So we have cleaners at $20 an hour. They can clean a place in 3 hours. That's $60 for a 3-hour clean, where you guys are going to pay $175 to a professional company. So that's one major optimization that we did. 2 is, I want you to think about this. The number 1 searched amenity in Airbnb is a pool. The number 2 searched amenity, hot tub. Number 3 searched amenity, workstation. Number 4 searched amenity, king bed. These are things. 5, game room. So when you can get these things into your property, you will do really well because people are already searching for those things. We're going to put it in our listing title. When you put your Airbnb together, you put it in your listing title and have as many amenities, probably 2 to 3 in that title for the SEO. It's a search engine optimization inside the title so that when people are searching, your title pops up. Airbnb is an interest algorithm, so all they care about is views, clicks, and length of time that you're on their site. And if we can manufacture that by really just putting those amenities inside of the title, you're going to rank higher. And I'll tell you this, every property that has a 3-bedroom or more should have at least 1 king bed. 1 king bed per 3 bedrooms. The rest should be queens. Okay, we have found that to be very successful. Number 2, what I like to do is if you get on Airbnb itself and you are searching as a traveler, just get on Airbnb.com. Look in a city that you're looking to do an Airbnb in. So let's say you're searching for St. Augustine, Florida. Okay, warmer client, oldest city in America. You're on there, you're on Airbnb. And you want to basically look for, if you were going to travel, say you're going to search for 2 to 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. See what the top properties are doing. And I will tell you something, most of these top properties are doing things inside the master bedroom. They've probably got a hot tub, they've probably got a pool, and what they're doing inside the property is what's attractive to people. Most people spend the majority of their time in a bedroom. The master bedroom has to be attractive. And for that reason, the king bed is extremely important there. But what's also important is you can do an accent wall, right, with a pastel color that matches the theme for that city. Pastels generally do well behind the master bed. So that wall right there should be painted a different color than the regular walls. And a lot of people right now, instead of doing the back wall behind the master bed, is they're actually doing things on the ceiling. So you'll see different kind of textures. You'll see people just if you have to paint it, you're talking about $50. It makes a massive difference just by doing these small things. And the reason you can do that is when you go on Airbnb and you see people that are crushing it and their calendar's booked and they're getting high dollar, look at what they're doing. Look at their pictures. Look at what's different from everybody else that's there. Why are they doing so well? They're doing well because they've got a lot of amenities, their title looks good, and most importantly, their pictures look good. That hero photo or the profile picture is the most important real estate in Airbnb. It's got to be attractive. So if everybody else has the inside of their property, I would do a great picture of the city on the outside. So it invokes in curiosity and we'll go, oh, let me see that. And then the next 4 pictures should be very, very creative pictures of the inside of the property, not living room, living room, living room, living room. Because what people see when they're on your profile, they see that main photo, and then when they click on it, they're going to see 4 more photos. That 4 photos in a row should be very attractive, the best 4 photos of the whole place. Pick something of the best room in each one and make that the next 4. That's a little tip for you there as well. I told you about the amenities, the 4 H's you should be around one of these 4. Hills, hospitals, hotels, and H2O. Okay? And then these are the amenities inside the properties that are very important aesthetically, right? Nice pillows. I'm telling you, the beds. Make sure you get a bed that is super comfortable. I'm telling you something. People will give you a 5-star. If you want a 1-star view, get a crappy bed and crappy sheets and crappy pillows. If you get a nice bed, don't really even care so much about the sheets, but if you get a nice bed itself and a couple different firm and medium, and I'd probably put one of each of there and some nice comforter and a bunch of vibrant color pillows on the beds, that little bit of difference right there makes a huge difference, because if people sleep good and they're comfortable, you'll get a 5-star review. Guys, my name is Investor Mike. I'm going to leave you with one more thing. If you're in Airbnb already and you're just not getting the bookings that you really feel you should be getting, you're still slowed down a little bit, it's because Airbnb took you and they put you on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th page. The way to get around this is to basically snooze your listing. Instead of keeping it active, snooze it for about 24 to 48 hours. Change the hero picture, change around a couple of the other pictures. Make sure you change the hero picture and a couple of the, one main photos you have. Change a little bit in the title, a couple words in the title, flip them around, change a little bit, and then change about 5 to 6 words inside your description. Airbnb sees that as a new listing and it pushes you to the first page. God bless, be safe. If you guys want to help at all, put the word Airbnb in comments. And the #1 Airbnb educator on this planet will reach out to you to get you taken care of. My name is Investor Mike. Let's roll.